Sambanani Dumelang family, it is your girl Nthabi here again, back with another episode of the APC series. Yes, I know it's been a while since I've released an episode, but just bear with me, things have been hectic on my side. But I just want to let you know that congratulations, you have made it this far and you are literally 26 days away, from getting your pre-release information. And all I can say is just give yourself a round of applause. You have passed your board course, you've gotten that certificate, and now you're facing the big giant, which is the APC board exam 2024. So before we get into anything, I would like to thank all the returning subscribers as well as the people who just, view, share, like, and subscribe my content. I really appreciate you guys. And just an update, yes, we have made it to the 1,000 subbies. So thank you once again for the love and support you keep on showing me. And please continue to share the content with your group members, and hopefully it will help them, get to that C level as well as prepare for the big giant that is yet to come. If you are a first-time visitor on my channel, welcome. And I hope that you're going to make this your home, and I hope that the content is going to be able to assist you, to be a competent candidate at the end of the year. And I know now, since there's only 26 days remaining before you get your pre-release information, your tensions are probably high, anxiety is peaking, and you're trying to ask yourself, what can I do to prepare, right? So I just want you to just take this time to relax and just say, you know what, you got this, right? And I did issue out a video, I did upload a video that basically takes you through step by step what to do to prepare for the APC board exam from the time you are on leave until the day you get the pre-release information. Then as you can see on the screen, this is the video that you can watch to just give you an idea of what to do to actually prepare for the APC exam. So we're going to get into today's episode. We are going to talk about how well you need to prepare yourself mentally, to be in that state of peace, that state of calmness, so that you can, come into the exam with that conqueror mentality, right? I'm going to take you guys through what can help you relax, what can help you actually ease into the way of that C candidate, just to receive it and claim it. And this episode is also going to cover the checklist that you need to take when you're packing your trolley, because sometimes you tend to forget certain things and you don't pack everything. And the last thing I want is for you to forget a crucial thing that is at home instead of in your trolley. So yeah, stay tuned. So I'm going to tell you my story, right? I thought that when I was writing the APC last year in 2023, I thought, no, man, I'm not going to encounter any problems. I prayed like, okay, when I get there, God, there's not going to be anything that disturbs me. Like, nothing is going to come in my way. Nothing's going to try to, mess with my mind. So what I did was the day before the exam, which is the 5th day of the pre-release period, I was done with my research. I went through my file. I made my file my friend, right? And then at 4 o'clock, I was chilling. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me go to the shop and buy stationery, because I know that, yes, I was studying with the highlighters, I was studying with pens and whatever, but I have this thing of I need new stationery for a test. There's stationery you study with and there's stationery for the exam. So I'm like, okay, I already have my study stationery. Let me go buy my stationery for the exam. So that day I bought brand new highlighters, I bought a pen, I bought a ruler, because I read a ruler, like I use a ruler to read because so that I can follow very quickly. And then I also bought like little snacks, for the exam, just in case I want to like munch here and there. So after buying the things that I need, I am packing my things into the trolley. I'm like, I got this, checklist is done, and I put everything in the trolley, right? And then now I was watching a movie actually on Netflix. I came back at around 5. I watched a movie on Netflix, and then I'm like, okay, cool. Prayer session. I had the prayer session for an hour, and I'm like, God, tomorrow I'm fetching that competence response, right? I'm getting a C. And honestly, I'm just like, you know what? This is the mindset I need to be in. I need to be in the winner's mindset. And that is how I tried to prepare for it. So I went to bed at around 8:30. I went to bed, And then I woke up the following day, feeling good, sharp, everything is in my trolley. And then I remember that as I packed my stationery, I packed the exam stationery, something in me told me, girl, pack also your study stationery, because maybe you're gonna run out of highlighters, or your ink is gonna dry up for your pens and whatever. Like, just have backup stationery, right? Something just told me just pack just in case. But I'm a serial stressor, so obviously I'm just like, let me take it, right? Because I don't know what's gonna happen on the day. So I take it, I put it in my trolley, and I drive. I get there. I try to get there early because I know traffic. So on the way, I'm getting there. Hey, there's traffic. And that time, I am very early. So I'm asking myself, like, what time do these people wake up? But anyways, I don't let that get to me. I make sure that I'm in the right frame of mind. I get to the exam venue. How? Exam venue, there's a long line. So I get to the line, right? I'm at the back of the line, like, it's very long. So one tip I'll advise for you is that get there very early, so that you don't stand in the line and, you just decrease your anxiety levels. So when I saw the line, I started to stress, but I'm just like, you know what, Hope, you got this. You're going to be fine. You're going to enter the exam venue on time. Everything is going to go smoothly. Cool. I get there. I sign next to my name. I show them my file and everything. I get to my seat, right? I forgot to do one thing. I forgot to download the backup app, right? And I thought, no, man, the backup app is for people who do not have the software or whatever. But girl, I was supposed to download the backup app. So I start stressing. That time, it is almost 9 o'clock. It's almost time for us to start. And I raise up my hand. I tell the invigilator, yo, I don't have the backup app. Do you have it on USB? Can I download it very quickly? And fortunately, they were able to help me. However, they didn't help me at 9 o'clock. That thing took time to download. I started my exam at 9:15 because I didn't think of downloading the backup app. So just a quick hint, when you're getting your emails, make sure that you have the software, make sure that you have the apps that you need to download, make sure you downloaded everything, you followed the instructions that Saka sent you. Like, make sure that you do that, right? So I'm already panicking because it's 9:15. People have started reading. They're starting to type. And I'm feeling anxious. But fortunately, obviously, when you start the time, it gives you exactly 8 hours. So I wasn't really lagging behind, but I needed to start. And hey, so I start reading. I told myself, calm down. You're going to finish the paper. And I think in the previous videos, I mentioned that I'm a highlighter girly, right? I will highlight everything, and each color means something to me, because that's how my brain remembers things, and that's how my brain functions. So as I'm highlighting, I'm using my new highlighters. Tell me why these highlighters are dry. No ink, nothing. And I'm just like, how are they dry? I just bought these things yesterday. I didn't open them. I didn't use them. I don't know what is happening. And that time, I bought these highlighters at a normal shop. Like a normal shop, not like the backdoor shop. I bought them at a normal shop. So like, why are they dry? And now it's like, the devil tries to test you. If you're like, your blessing is closed, that's when the devil will fight harder. Like, listen, the devil is throwing hands at this point because there's no ways these highlighters are not working. So luckily, I remembered, okay, I have my backup highlighters, which is my study highlighters. So I raise my hand and I tell the invigilator, yo, dude, can I please just quickly run to my trolley to get the highlighters? Then they're like, okay, cool, it's fine. They escorted me to the trolley and then escorted me back, right? Because security is that tight. So now I'm stressing. I already started at 9:15 because I didn't download the backup app. Number 2, my highlighters are dry. I start panicking and I'm like, I'm not gonna finish. I'm gonna fail. I don't know what's happening. I had a panic attack and I started crying. And I'm just like, girl, why are you crying? You're supposed to be reading. My body was not working with me on that day. So I just took a deep breath in and I'm like, God, I'm handing this paper to you. Give me peace, give me wisdom, give me knowledge and understanding. Let me come back and do what I need to do. So as I'm panicking, I open my file and I go to that page. If you watch the file preparation video, I go to the page that has my favorite scripture, Jeremiah 29 verse 11, and I read it out loud to myself so that I can hear it, the promises that God has for me, right? And I start calming down. I also have, a love letter from my dad that he sent me on WhatsApp as a good luck, when he was still, with us. And I read it and I'm just like, you know what? You are with me and I know that I'm going to make you proud. Let me just do the things that need to be done in order to be a competent girly. And after reading that message, I just felt a piece of calmness, and I was ready to start the paper. And yeah, here we are. As a competent girly, we are here. And now I'm going to share tips on what to actually do to just calm yourself down. So when it comes to APC, right, I always say to my mentees that APC, yes, you can have technical knowledge and you can be able to requote and like word for word the ifs, the isas and everything. But that is not going to count if your emotional state is not in the right place. Your mental health is not in a good condition. Because yes, what good is there if I can quote what Ifris 16 says if I do not have peace, if I'm anxious, if I am not confident, right? So what I realize is that how you're feeling inside plays a big role on that specific day. And whatever emotion you're feeling, you need to know that you have a decision to make. You're either going to let fear break you, or you're going to let fear motivate you to actually say, listen, I got this. Right? Whatever happens, I got it. I'm going to conquer it. And this is why I'm saying that you need to make sure that you are at peace. And the reason why I took a break the day before the exam and I watched Netflix is because my anxiety levels were here. They were here because I already wrote the supplementary. And now it's like, do I actually know my work? Because I failed assessment 3. Now I had to change my mentality and say, listen, it doesn't matter whether I failed assessment 3, I wrote this up. I'm here, I got a chance, so let me prove it to Saika that I'm supposed to be here. And that is the mentality that you need to tap in. That is when you need to have words of affirmation to say, listen, I am competent, I am able, I am capable. This is where you need to reassure yourself, because when the anxiety is peaking, you need to also be louder with your words of affirmation. So now, while you have 26 days left until the exam, this is when you need to tell yourself that you got this. This is when you forget about the marks that you have gotten throughout your board course, because they do not count. At the end of the day, you already got your certificate. Let's focus on the fact that you were competent enough to actually qualify for the APC exam. Now it's about fine-tuning all the little things that are your weakness, be it research. This is the time to perfect your research. This is a time to actually see how you can actually master and tweak your approach here and there, right? And I do cover how to conduct research in the videos, so just check the episodes that are in the series, because now it's just about being in the right frame of mind while you are preparing to receive the pre-release information. And now you need to be able to do whatever it is that is going to calm you down. I used to listen to podcasts. I used to listen to, those podcasts, episodes on YouTube where they're like, yes, your success is great and it's for you. It used to motivate me, because if I'm feeling down, at least I can listen to that, because now you need to be hungry enough to be at that sea level. You need to be hungry enough to actually be eager to put in the work. And it's very difficult to be in that place if you're feeling discouraged, if you're coming from a place of defeat. So now it's just about just trying to be confident in yourself and your own abilities. And honestly, having that winner's mentality is going to go a long way, because you need to tell yourself it doesn't matter whatever happens on that day, you're still going to rise above the challenge. You're going to, meet yourself at the table, because you are the table. Wabo? You are at the table. So just make sure that you show up for yourself and you don't give up. Be that fighter. Doesn't matter what you go through. Be that fighter. So now we're going to go into the APC checklist that you need to have, right? Number 1, we'll start with the food that you need to prepare the day before, because obviously you don't have time to wake up and make a sandwich on the day of the exam, right? So I would suggest that you have snacks. If you're a muncher, you have snacks like your peanuts, your chips, and all of that. Obviously, you're not gonna have puffs because they're pretty messy, and you're gonna be typing, so your fingers are just gonna be sticky if you like and yeah, we don't want that. So you can have like your Simba, your Lay's, your Pringles, or your nuts, and then have fruits, right? If you're a fruit person, I love oranges. If you love oranges and you want an orange on the day, just make sure that you cut it so that on the day you're not peeling the orange and now like the juices are going onto your paper. No, have it in a scuff tin so that when you take it out, you're just eating it while you're working, right? And also when you're packing your lunch, you need to make sure that it's something that you can eat at your desk. It can't be fork and knife, steak, and all of that. Save it for the restaurant. So just make sure that you have maybe a burger or a wrap, something that you can chew at your desk. Because honestly, you don't really have time to walk out. If you want to walk out, you can, but I was scared to take a break. So I made sure that I sit. So I made like mini pizzas, you can get them at Checkers or any other shop. Those frozen ones, you just pop them in the oven and then you sorted. So I had that. And then also your snacks, right? If you want to have your energy drinks, don't forget to put that in your lunch pack, right? And then the next thing that you need to make sure you have is your exam letter as well as your ID. Because that is the most important thing, is your entrance to the exam. And the next thing you need to have is a pencil case. But before you actually put that pencil case into the trolley, please make sure everything inside that pencil case is working. Your pen is writing, your pencil is writing, your highlighters, every color is highlighting and it's not dry. Don't make the same mistake that I did, right? If you're buying stationery, please make sure that you unwrap it and check whether it's working. But the most important thing that you need to have is your calculator, because remember, you're in CTA. Now I wrote with the calculator and I was here. I didn't know Excel that time, right? So just in case you are feeling nervous and you're not comfortable with Excel, you can still have your calculator and your financial calculator if you're doing capital budgets or valuations. So you can still have that. Make sure that is a safety net that you want to have. And then also you need to make sure that you have a blank piece of paper, because remember, you're going to have workings and all of that. Having a blank piece of paper in your file is very crucial, just in case you can just jot down your ideas, something to come back to, or maybe a calculation that you just want to quickly do before you actually input it on Excel. That is very important. And the next thing that you need to plan is your outfits. You really need to plan your outfit, because on the day you can't be stressing, where's my jean, where's my sweatpants, where's this, where's that. No, don't do that. You need to make sure that you know what you're going to wear. Take your clothes and put them, on the couch, so that when you're sleeping, that when you wake up, this is what you put on. Also, it gets very cold in there. So if you're a person who can't stand the coldness, then pack a jacket, pack a blanket, as well as a hot water bottle, just in case it gets extremely cold for you. I honestly felt that the cold air helps me concentrate, because if it's hot, I get tired, I get sleepy. So the aircon was really helping me with that. And also, please do not go to the exam venue looking like a student. I remember when I was writing my assessment 3 at Gallagher, I went there looking like a student because I looked defeated. I went there looking defeated. I looked like my problems. And I walked out and the results were literally what I looked like. So what is gonna be a confidence booster? Okay, what helped me also feel good about myself is that I dressed up. Not with heels and stuff, no. But you can dress up and look good. Dress up, like you're going out. Dress up in a way that, man, your edges are laid. You're smelling good. You are looking, your drip is fine. Dress up so that you can feel confident, right? Because what I realize is that if you look at yourself and you're confident in your appearance, it's also going to help you, feel good, as well as have confidence in the exam. And obviously that might not work for everybody, but it worked for me. I tried to look my best when I was writing the final exam, because I already knew that tensions were high. So I needed that confidence booster, and that's literally what I did. So as long as you're looking cute and you are feeling confident, that's all that matters. And the last tip is, if you are going to drive, just make sure that you calculate the distance, obviously, from where you're coming from to the venue, as well as you have gas in your car, your tires are okay, your oil and water is sharp. Because the next thing, let's say on the day you get a flat tire, or you run out of gas, or you run out of water in your car, like so just make sure that you're taking those extra precautions, right, so that you can just minus a few problems. And if you're taking any form of transportation, just make sure that at the time that you want to request, the rides will be available, and also which routes you're going to take, as well as the ones that are heavy in traffic in a way. I think that will also be important to know. And also know what time you're going to leave the house, right? I would suggest you leave a house an hour, 30 minutes before you actually ride, because as much as you can get to the exam venue early, there's going to be a long line. And it's best to get there on time. You're not rushing. You can get to your seat, sit down, actually calm down, and actually absorb everything that's going on around you. Because I think the one thing that overwhelmed me was the fact that I went into exam venue and there were so many people. I've never been surrounded by so many people in my life. And I was just taken aback, and I felt so overwhelmed. And that is just something that I had to get over. So just make sure that you are just at the exam venue early. You're soaking everything in. You're able to go to the bathroom. You're able to take a walk. You're able to say a little prayer. You're able to maybe even eat breakfast, right, without rushing. So just make sure that you are on there. You're at the venue on time, and you're seeing your colleagues, you're seeing your friends, and you're just, spreading the love. You're hugging them and saying, Chomi, we got this. We're going to be CAs next year, right? So just make sure that, everything is covered in that regard. And guys, it is literally almost game time. And I know that tensions are high. I know that you are feeling overwhelmed with everything that is going on. But just make sure that you are trusting in yourself, right? The board courses did not make a mistake by giving you that certificate. The board courses did not make a mistake by saying you are competent. Just make sure that you are also confident in yourself, because if you're confident in yourself, then the results will also show, right? So just make sure that you are going through everything, and you are confident in the information that you've researched in your file. And right now, there is no time to stress. There's more than enough time to go through all the things that you need to do to actually get ready for the December 2024 APC exam. And just trust in yourself. So if we can do a quick recap of the APC series, and you've missed certain episodes on the series, and you have time right now because you're done with the board course, you got a certificate, and you're asking yourself, how can you actually, prepare for the APC exam? I will just highlight the few episodes that we have. In the first episode, we speak about the APC file, as well as the cheat sheets that were included in there. Second episode is part 1 of the ethics. Third episode is the research, how to actually conduct effective APC research. Episode 4 speaks about the approach to the pre-release period. So the 5 days, what you need to do in the 5 days. And then the next episode speaks about the approach on the exam day. So what to actually do when you're writing the APC exam, right? The templates that you need to have. And then the next episode is basically part 2 of ethical considerations. This is where I take you through an actual example of an ethical dilemma. The next episode speaks about the strategic considerations. So this is a finance trigger that basically tells you what you need to focus on, the SAFE model, whether the decision is ethical, whether it is feasible, and whether it's sustainable for the entity. Does it align with our objective and strategies of the current entity? And then the next episode speaks about what preparation is required prior to the 4th of December, right? Or let's say the 29th of November, before you get your pre-release information. And then the next episode actually speaks about setting boundaries between being a trainee and being an APC candidate, at work, right? This is where you need to set your boundaries when you're applying for your leave, obviously. And then the next episode speaks about conquering failure, conquering that imposter syndrome that I had, especially when I failed the assessment 3 and only passed the supplementary, right? So that can actually help you if you are the same as me. The next video speaks about how to actually approach the internal controls question in auditing, right? So when you have like a business process that you need to go through, and then the internal control deficiencies and all of that, there's a video that covers that in detail. And then there's also, and the next episode that speaks about a guide to researching each module. So in this video, I speak about how to actually research an accounting trigger, a tax trigger, a taxation or a finance trigger, and an auditing trigger. So all the disciplines I cover in that in that video. And then the next episode is basically if it's too late to choose an APC group, right? It's never too late. However, I highlight critical things to focus on when choosing an APC group, especially when you're changing APC groups, right? So maybe if you're not satisfied with your current group, or maybe you want a backup group, then just watch that video so that it can guide you on how to select a backup APC group. Then the next episode speaks about capital budget and valuations, right? It covers it in detail, what you need to focus on, how to actually how to actually draft the templates for capital budgets as well as valuations. Then the next series speaks about what to do when you get an unexpected trigger on the day. Let's say you missed something in pre-release, then boom, it comes out on the day of the exam. What you're gonna do? You're not gonna panic, obviously, but you're going to apply the principles that I actually provide you with in this specific video. So I suggest that you actually do watch it so that you can know how to actually tackle an unexpected trigger on the day. Then the last episode speaks about the APC cheat sheets that you can have in your file, right? And these cheat sheets are very important because they basically are going to form the foundation, of your technical knowledge. And it's not something that you're going to obviously take word for word, but it's something that you can apply, right, in the APC exam. And just make sure that you make it according to your needs, because cheat sheets are not just a size one fits all. Maybe you want a cheat sheet on transfer pricing and I don't need it, right? It's a preference thing, and it's according to the individual needs of the candidate. So those are the episodes on the APC series. And if you still have questions, my email is still open with regards to any questions you might have, any inquiries. I do consults, so I will respond to your email maybe after a few days, because I'm still receiving a high volume of emails from all of you guys. And you can just imagine, with the anxiety levels being high, everybody has a lot of questions. But just make sure that before you actually email me the question, please put it in the comment section, so that just in case someone has the same question, they're able to see how I responded to you. And if it's something that requires an inquiry through email, then you can do that. But just give me some grace to just respond to the emails, in batches. And I will be sure to actually get to you on time to make sure that you are helped. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for just sharing the content and making sure that you and your group members are crossing the finish line together. And yes, we have reached the end of our episode, and I hope that it was fruitful and helped you, calm down, calm your nerves, so that you can just be in the right frame of mind to prepare for the APC board exam. But just know that I believe in you. I am proud of you. You got this far. And I know you're gonna pass. I know you're gonna be a CA, and I know that you're gonna be that potential 8C candidate, claim it in Jesus' name. And just know that, guys, you got this, you made it this far, and you did not come this far just to get this far. You're going to get that pass, and you are going to be a CA regardless. So just make sure that you are putting in the work. You're not giving up on your future CA self. And you know what? You are showing Saika that you are that girl. You are that guy, right? So just make sure that you apply all the principles, and you just husa and tell yourself, listen, I'm already competent. So yeah, we have reached the end of our episode. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.